Hi kids! Welcome to another YouTube class. Yesterday we saw each other for our first Zoom class, so congratulations on finishing that. And today we have more classes for you. We're still continuing in our normally scheduled events for Wednesday and also for Friday. You'll be receiving videos Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. So today is Wednesday. We are at the beginning of April, Rabbit Day. Did you know that every first of the month you have to say rabbit, because it brings good luck? Just a teaser. You can do it if you want to. You don't have to do it something fun if you want to do today. Rabbit. Don't be too annoying, okay? All right, now listen closely. Today we have math class, okay? And we're going to learn something new. Before we do that, I would like for us to watch a video together so that you understand a concept that I need you to work on. We actually worked on it a little bit during our Zoom class from yesterday, but it's very important to understand it, okay? So we're going to watch this video and then we're going to work on some other things so that you can practice, okay? Does that sound good to you? All right, so basically, what we're going to do first is watch this video so that we can understand the greater concept. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and play it. Listen closely.
Welcome back, guys. Today, we're going to learn about comparing numbers. Let's head on over and take a look. Here we have the symbols greater than, less than, and equal to. We will be using these symbols to compare numbers. Here we have two groups of ones blocks. We need to compare these groups of blocks. The first thing we need to do is count how many is in each group. We start on the left and we can see that there are 4 blocks. And on the right side, we have 10 blocks. We need to use one of the 3 symbols to compare these two groups. I like to think of this symbol as a big mouth that is always hungry. It wants to eat the biggest amount, so the open side should always face toward the biggest number. One thing that helps me is to remember that just like reading a book, we start on the left. Knowing this will help us remember if it is greater than or less than. Okay, so we have 4 on the left and 10 on the right. The symbol's mouth will open to the larger number. Which number is larger? The 10 is larger, so the mouth opens to the 10. If we were to read this, we would say 4 is less than 10. Let's look at another problem. Here we have 8 blocks on the left and 6 blocks on the right. The open mouth faces toward the bigger number. So which is bigger? The 8 is bigger, so the mouth opens toward the 8. Now to read this sentence, we start from the left and say 8 is greater than 6. Great job, guys! All right, now we can move into some bigger numbers. Okay, let's compare these numbers and see which symbol to use. Here we have the number 452 and the number 425. To help me compare, I am going to put the numbers on top of each other. I will put the number on the left on top and the number on the right on the bottom. Now that we have them lined up, let's compare them using our knowledge of place value. We start with the biggest value first, which is the hundreds place. In the hundreds place, both numbers have 400, so the hundreds are the same. Let's move on to the tens place. In the tens place, in the top number we have 50, and in the number below we have 20. Which number is greater, 50 or 20? The 50 is greater, so right away we know that 452 is a bigger number. This symbol wants to eat the larger number, so which number will it want to eat? Right, 452. If we were to read this statement, we would start from the left and say 452 is greater than 425. Awesome job, guys. You're doing great. Here we have another set of numbers to compare. On the left, we have 694, and on the right, we have 697. Can you tell me which number is bigger? Well, my initial thought is that they look almost the same, but let's compare them like we did before. Let's start in the hundreds place. Both numbers have 600 in the hundreds place, so the hundreds are the same. Now if we look at the tens place, we see that they both have 90 in the tens place. Now we look at the ones place, and the number on top has 4 ones, and the number on bottom has 7 ones. We know that 7 is the greater number. 697 is greater than 694. Now we need to face the mouth towards the greater number, which is 697. Now, can you guys read this statement for me? Correct. 694 is less than 697. Great job again. Alright guys, this has been tons of fun, but I have to get going. We'll see you next time, okay? Bye.
Okay, guys. Now that I hope that you understood this part, we're going to go and do our own little worksheet here. So what we have is a worksheet from our Abacus book, and I put it nice and big so that you guys can see the first part. Now I'm only going to do the first 3 exercises with you, practicing the method of the crocodile for the bigger and smaller numbers. It says, write these pairs of numbers with the correct symbol or sign between them. Okay, so the first set is 326 and 472. Let's work on that. I'm going to take the number. Which number did we say it was? 326. And I'm going to place below it 472. Now, if I divide it just like I was showing you yesterday in our class, and I put it where the hundreds are the first one, and then I have, these are the hundreds, these are the tens, and these are the ones. Now I start with the left. Which is bigger, 4 or 3? 4. So 472 is greater than 326. So what symbol do I have to use here? Where does the crocodile face? Now, let's do it this way. According to the video, the mouth faces the bigger number. And how do I read it this way? I'm going to write it here. 326 is less than 472. Okay, are you following me? I hope that you are. Let's do number 2. 582. 582. 594. 594. Yep, I have the right numbers. And now I'm going to divide them in lines just like I did before. All right, so I have 5 and 5 are the same in the hundreds. Now, what about the tens? In the tens, I have 8, but a number bigger than 8 is 9. So 594 is bigger. Okay, so what do I have to do in this case? The same thing that I did before. The mouth has to be facing, the mouth has to be facing the bigger number, like that. How do I read this? 582 is less than 594. Let's do number 3 over here. The third number is 1,347, and below it I have 872. Okay, so if I take my lines and I divide these numbers, there's one very simple way of noticing which number is bigger. If I notice on my thousands, then I have hundreds, then I have tens, and then I have ones. Now I have 1,000 here, but I don't have any here. So which number is bigger? This one. 1,347 is greater than 872. So I go back here. But this time, the symbol is facing the number on the left. So I would have to read it a little bit differently. I would have to say 1,347 is greater than 872. Do you see it? I hope you do. Now, additionally, you have to solve these exercises on the right by doing this or any other method that you know. I hope you followed my method and the method that we did in the video, because it is definitely a lot easier to identify them that way. Now, you're also going to do activities 7 to 10, where what do you have to do? They give you a number. The number is 354. Write the number that is one more. What is 354? 354 plus, you say one more. So plus 1, well, 5, 5, 3. So one more is 355. And then one less. I would go ahead and grab my eraser and do the opposite. 354 minus 1, how much is that? 353. That's right. Very good. Okay, you're going to do the same for, write the number that is 10 more, and you're also going to do it for what the number is for 10 less. I hope you understand what you have to do, and I'll continue explaining this in the next video.